This is Lawrence D. Adams, and I'm live tonight. We're going right into what we're talking about. Right into what I want to talk about tonight. And we want to talk about tonight, the game must be on you, not just, must be in you and not just on you. The game must be in you and not just on you. Pretty interesting topic that I want to talk about. If you're coming in right now, salute to you. Hit the chat room. Definitely, you want to hear what we have to talk about tonight. Waiting for my dog to come in. Jono, we're going to start it up. But the game must be on you, must be in you and not just on you. Very interesting thing I want to talk about tonight. If you haven't watched the video that I talked about earlier today, my breakdown of the Kevin Savio's interview yesterday with Janae, very good, very good breakdown that I gave down. Very good synopsis of how I broke it down. You definitely want to be a part, listen to that. But tonight we're talking about the game must be in you and not just on you. So a lot of times we would definitely want to talk about that. So the game must be in you and not just on you. So if you're in the chat room right now, I want you to definitely hit put a number number 4 in the chat room right now. A number 4 in the chat room right now. Number 4. Put a 4 in the chat room. Let me know you're here. And we're going to get started in a few minutes. But I want to make sure you look at the video I did just today, the breakdown. Very good breakdown. You want to understand where the state of some females are right now. It gives a good breakdown. It's excellent. So you definitely want to listen to that. But today we're going to talk about the game must be in you and not on you. And I want to really sort of what's going on, brother? What's going on, Zach Lyon? What's going on? So we want to definitely talk about that. I really need to sort of digest it a little bit because I talk expansive and I need to talk a little bit more clear. Thank Mike, what's going on? Michael, what's going on? The game must be in you and not just on you. So I want to definitely talk about that. And the parallels between the two, I pretty much covered it before, where your internal game and the external game, but the game must be in you. And I want to talk about, sort of bring some points up. And when Jono comes on, we'll definitely get right into it. So let me just bring up a great point. I want to make sure you realize that this channel is here to serve you. I'm here to serve you with content. Really, this channel is going to be dedicated. I had to bring some clarity to this channel because it's been off and on. I'm going to bring some clarity to this channel. This channel is for men, and of course women come along, but this channel is for men, and we talk about game or how to the interaction with women and then this man building his purpose and things like that. So, but I want to also say that I have what's going on. Okay, you stay for a little bit. Okay, it's good. So I want to definitely talk about the game must be in you. And I want to, let me just go ahead and I'll wait till John will come in. He probably say some things. So the first thing I want to talk about when we talk about game, we always talk game is first strategy. We always say that game is strategy. If you've been on this channel long enough, you realize that game is strategy. It's nothing else, nothing less. It is strategy. And when you're dealing with women or men, the case may be, you have to have a strategy or a plan on how you're going to execute with that woman. So game is just strategy. So what I mean that it must be in you, I'm going to say it this way. What I mean is you can know all the fundamental things about the game, but yet not have it in you. And what that means is there hasn't been experience to back up what you know. There hasn't been experience to back up what you know. So we have a lot of people who know the game, but they don't have the experience or it's not in them when they are talking or when they're moving. See, another person who is in the game is different. I bring it like this. A chef knows another chef. He can say, well, I use a certain knife to cut the fish, and I use a different knife when I'm cutting steak. What's going on? What's going on, Alfie? So I use a different knife when I cut the steak. So you got to realize there's a difference. You can tell when someone has experience and what they're talking about versus someone talking from somebody else's experience. There's a difference when someone's talking from experience versus someone talking from somebody else's experience. So we have a lot of people who talk from other people's experience and not from their own personal experience. And when you talk from your own personal experience, the game in you is completely different than if you're talking from hearsay or from somebody else's experience. So we have a lot of people who talk from other people's experience and not from their own. So when you listen to people, you have to realize, are they talking from their experience or some hearsay that they read or that they picked up from somebody else? So it's imperative that you listen for context clues. Is this person really talking from experience or from something else? If this is resonate with you, I need to let me know in the chat room that I'm talking on point, or you understand what I'm saying. Because you don't want to be, this the thing. Oh, so look what's going on, Ricardo. So you don't want to be just talking from, you just don't, a lot of people can talk good game, but the game is not in them. So let me give the example again. My father was a baker. So he would come home and teach us how to bake. So he had the experience to show us different techniques on how to make a cake, a pie, or whatever it is. So he would teach us to do the recipes without looking at the recipe because the skill set was inside of him. So his goal was to teach me, the oldest son, and my brother to do this. To do this without looking at the recipe. See, a lot of people are looking at recipes and giving you a recipe book when it comes to the game versus talking from a place of knowingness. When you're talking from a place of knowingness, you can tell the difference because you have made the mistakes and you have had successes. And you normally can hear in between the words whether this person is definitely telling the truth or they're waiting for their experience to catch up to what they know. I'm saying a whole lot, and I'm really trying to break it down because I know sometimes I can be up here and I got to break it down a little bit further. So some people experience. Thank you, Zach Lyon. Good game comes from experience and repetition. Correct. So a lot of people don't have the reps in, but they're talking as if they've been in the gym for 20 years. You only can teach as far. I'm not saying that you can't teach further than your experience, but I am saying you need the validity of what you're saying is only as good as the experience. Now, don't get me wrong. You can learn from somebody's experience so you don't do it. But here, if you want the whole side of it, you have to talk from a place of being authentic. And I think a lot of people jump ahead and teach from a place that they have not been at, but only watched on TV or read in a book. They watched on TV or read on a book and not have the actual experience of what they're talking about. Now, don't get me wrong. You can learn from someone else's experience because that is the whole goal while we're doing what we're doing is so you don't make the same mistakes that I made or someone else has made. But there comes a point where there must be an authentic check. So when my father made the cakes, what he would do is he would take a toothpick and actually stick it inside of the cake to see if it's done. Why would he stick the toothpick inside of the cake? Because if it came out clean, that means that the cake was completely cooked all the way through. But if it did not come all the way clean, it was had pieces of particles on it, it was not ready or it was not done. So a lot of game that people have when you do the toothpick check on it has not passed the test because they're not coming up completely done. They are still in the oven of life and experience, and their talking points have not been authenticated. Does that take away from them? No, but you need to really examine, does this person really know what they're talking about? A person, what's going on? A person who lives in the apartment cannot tell you about how it is to live in a 5-room bedroom house with 3 bathrooms. What's going on? Fly Blizzy, what's going on? A person who lives in the apartment cannot tell you how it is to live in a 5-bedroom or live in a 5-bedroom house if they have not had that experience. How can you tell me how to get there when you have not been there? Let me repeat that again. How can I tell you how to get women if I have not dealt with women and had successes and failures? See, that's where we talk about the game must be in you and not just on you. See, people can pretend on YouTube and on Facebook and Instagram as have the outer adornment of game, but don't have the actual experience or the life that says that they have it in them. I can listen to a person for a couple minutes or so and tell, you know what? They're there, they got it, or they don't. That's not taking away their character, but just saying you're talking beyond your talking point. I cannot talk about $1 million because I have not made $1 million yet. Does that mean that I don't pursue it? No, I talk at the talking point that I have the experience at. That's when you check this autistic, make sure the person is authentic in what they're saying, that is congruent in what they're saying. If this is connecting with you, let me know in the chat room if I'm on point or I'm not. Let me know in the chat room if this is good or not. Because this is not going to, what I'm saying to you is game must be in you. It is something that takes place all the time. It is not a show that you put on or a coat that you put on just because the weather has changed outside. This game is now a part of the fabric of your of who you are. That's the difference. When you look, I can tell a person that is a baker because why? Or a chef because they have a thermometer right here. I can tell a person who's a fireman. Straight facts. Okay. Straight facts. Okay. Good. Damon, what's going on? What's good, brother? Student checking in late. No problem. You right on point. So you can always tell what, not just the outward adornment or what they may have on the outward, but what do they have on the inward? Is it authentic in what they're saying? Does it connecting, or are they using talking points to get you excited? But when you try to bite into what they're teaching, it brings you no results. It only fills your head and it becomes mental masturbation and not substance for your soul. There is a complete difference. So I have to slow it down a little bit because I know I can go there. I'll be running. But does it bring, there's substance to what they're saying? Can you take what they're saying and actually, what's going on, R. Williams, and actually do something from what they're communicated? See, it's one thing to get a steak and ask for a medium rare, but it's another thing to ask for a steak and you ask for a well done and you bite in it and it's medium rare. Can you have to distinguish what is it authentic? Is it real? Is it substance? Because it's easy for anyone to come on any platform and not have, we always talk about receipts and all like that. I don't need to show you receipts, but you should be able to tell from what I'm saying whether I'm lying or if I'm telling the truth or I'm living or I'm talking, projecting past the point of my authentic self. So it is important here. The game must be in you and not just on you. I did a video on here that talks about use the game that you have. Use the game that you have. Not just, so if you're on level 1, use that game that you have. Why? Because the more you use it, like Zach Lyon said, the more you use it and begin to do your reps with it, the better you become. You don't want to come on here and just get information and don't apply it. This is not a microwave channel. This is a channel that challenges you to put to work what I'm sharing with you. Now, I can be entertaining. We can talk about Tony Braxton. We can talk about everything. I think it's good. But if I'm here to serve you, to get you to the next level. So whatever level that you at, you need to be proficient at that level. Think about it. In school, if you did not pass the first grade reading, math, and arithmetic, reading, math, and arithmetic, wherever the case may be, and you don't even know your colors, why should you graduate to the second grade? And how can you talk about being in the 6th grade when you're still on the 1st grade? You have to be honest about where you are at in this level of the game. So when you master one level, you're ready to go to the next level. So your game or your game of the first grade, you're a master. You never need to go back to the first grade because why? You have mastered that level. So it's in you. Now you're ready to go to the second grade. Now you're learning how to read complete sentences. Look at John run. Look at Spot run. Look at Susie's curls. Look how cute she is. You're ready for that level, but you have to be honest about where you are, and you have to authenticate, am I really there? So the game must be in you and not just on you. It's easy to get the outward adornment and talk the talk and say cliche things, but you're not living it. And guess who will pick a hole through what you're saying? The woman. She will pick a hole on what you are saying because she sees through whatever you're trying to do. Another person who maybe further along in you, longer than you in the game, will also see that you're not being authentic. If this is making sense to you, let me put a fire sign. Let me know that this is on point. If this is connected, you need to let me know in the chat room. Put a arm sign, put something in the chat room and let me know that this is on point, because I really want you to get it. But I just don't want you to hear me. I want you to apply what I'm saying. If you go back and listen to what's going on, Ted, if you go back and listen to what I'm sharing with you and apply it to some degree, you need to go back and listen to the video or write it, because that's very important. The game must be in you and not just on you. That's the difference. Anyone can talk. I can say cliché things right now and say, hey, man, women, the game, I'll give you one cliche that I can use. The game is not to be told, it's to be sold. That sounds good, but if I don't know the meaning of that, and if I don't know how to apply it to what I'm talking about, I'm just saying a cliche that sounds good because I heard someone else say it. But when it becomes an experience to me and I understand the principle behind it and it's become a living part of me, it takes it to the next level. So it takes it. What's going on, Mr. Man in Action? So a lot of times people talk from a place of not from a lack of experience. So I want you to really get this. My thing is I'm here to serve you. I'm here to get you to the next level. I'm waiting for my dude to come in here, be in here soon, but I'm waiting. I really want you to get what I'm sharing with you. The game must be in you, not just on you. I can come here and give you some cliché things to say and to express to you to say that I got the game. But the reality of it is I am not living it, and I have no, it's not true to me. I'm trying to impress people with my speech, but my inward actions and my outward actions don't match up to what I'm saying. You should be able to discern whether someone is telling you the truth or telling you a lie and what they're communicating to you. This goes across the board, men, women, or wherever the case may be. You can tell what you should be able to tell, oh, this person got the game. Let me listen to them. Let me learn. Versus someone who's talking from, I'm repeating, just came back from you to using a church voice. Just came back from you to use the church voice. So versus someone just talking from a place of not being authentic. That is the problem. So that's the thing. So the game must be. So what do I mean in you? So I know where John will come in. He probably gonna come with some other part of it. So the game must be in you. The only way it becomes in you is because you allow it to be a part of you, and it becomes the part of the fabric of everything that you do. You absorb it. If you want to become a millionaire, you cannot hang around with people who are still living check to check. You begin to absorb the mindset of a millionaire. What is it? The game must be in you. The mindset of a millionaire begins to absorb inside of you. You start talking like them. You start walking like them. You start interacting with them and how they interact. That's what I mean. The game must be in you. Now, it's one thing when you go to they ain't nothing. So they is one thing to be saying something, but you have nothing in here because you're talking from talking points that you copied from someone else, from somewhere else. If this is making sense to you, let me know in the chat room. If this is resonating with you, let me know in the chat room. Say, yeah, I got this. You saying you talking right? Because I definitely would cut it forward. Cut it off. So let me know in the chat room that this is on the money. Because you do not need to, like I gave the example of the cake that's in the oven. You need to make sure what you're eating from people's kitchen is done. All right. Thank you. Keep going. Okay. So you got to make sure that is done. Let me repeat the example again, because I want you again. I was going to school to be a teacher, so I'm going to slow down and actually repeat it again. So when the cake gets in, my father taught me when you're cooking a cake, to see if it's done, you get a toothpick and you stick the toothpick down into the cake. Why do you stick it into the cake? You want to check to see if the consistency is done. If it doesn't come up clean, that means the cake is not done. That means the substance in it, the cake itself is, when it's ready, and when it's not, it's not. So how does this apply to you? You need to examine, do I have it on me, or am I just mentally masturbating to a bunch of content so that I can pretend like I have it? We have a lot of pretenders and fakers who want to pretend like they have the game, but they have nothing in them. And those who are wise can pick a hole and see something is not clicking with that individual. That's not a downplay on the individual, but it is showing that the person is giving you something that's not done. That person is giving you something that is not done. When they give you something that's not done, it is affecting you because you're getting something. It's like at Easter time, they have the Easter bunnies and you bite into it and you realize you think it's chocolate all the way through and it's hollow inside. Do you want to have hollow game or do you want to have real game? So that's why I'm slowing down and really teaching and showing, because I'm saying this before. I'm here to serve you, to get you to the next level. I don't want you to, it's more than just getting women, even though we talk about women on here, where I can talk about sex and have a channel just for about the sexual things. Don't forget about that channel, LDA After Dark. Yup, it's your instinct. Trust them. Primal protection. Correct. I have a whole channel, LDA After Dark. You need to find that channel. And I got some more channels coming up within a week. I'm going to have a whole bunch of channels going. But LDA After Dark, if you want to get the sex part of it down or the whole chemistry with that. But I want you to realize, pay attention to who you're listening to. Does it resonate with you? Are this person back in the day when I was a kid, are they shucking and jiving, or are they really giving you something that's authentic. When you get something authentic, this is the first thing you need to do. You need to value it. When I talk to older men and really older people, but older men, I shut up and I listen. I don't act like I know it all because I know they live longer than I did and they have experiences that I don't have. And it caused me to sidestep certain things and certain mistakes that I may have run into because the game is in them. And whether they prove it or not, I can authenticate from what they're saying that they're telling the truth. So you need to check and say, is this the truth or is this a fraud? Because at this juncture, if you're really trying to go to the next level, you don't need Doritos. You do not need chalupas from Taco Bell. You do not need McDonald's Big Mac. You don't need Wendy's fries. You need things that are going to make you into the person you need to be. So my point of saying all of this is to get the game. So LDA, you asking me, I hear you asking me, LDA, what do I do to get the game in me? I'm glad you asked. What do I do to get the game in right? Let's look at instinct, humility, and mindset growth. Thank you. What do I need to do to get the game in me? The answer was given already by, I think, Zion. I think it was his name. What was his name? I got to look right now because he gave the answer already. Let me go back to it. Let me go right back. Yeah, here it is. To get the game, it comes from repetition. It comes when you can, in your sleep, you can actually dream about it. Now, we're talking about the game. Everybody think I'm about to be, you're not about to be a pimp. Stop all of it. What you want to do is have an excellent experience with several women or with a woman or with several women, or however, how you want to set up your dynamic. I'm not telling you that. But what you want to do is you want to be proficient in what you're doing, thorough, knowing that you are the prize because you worked on yourself as the prize. So when I said the game must be in you, you need to look in the mirror. You need to be completely honest with yourself about where you are at when it comes to the game. You need to become completely honest about, see, there's no magic pill over here. I'm not giving you no magic pill. I'm not saying that you're red pill. I'm not saying that you're yellow pill, pink pill, green pill, black pill. Oh, no. I'm saying you need to be completely honest with yourself about where you are at. Can you do that? If you cannot be honest, this channel is not for you. This is not for everyone. This channel is not for you. Go find another channel who's going to cause you to, so you can be fake. If you're not going to be in your purpose, this channel ain't for you. You can just you can unsubscribe, you can leave. This ain't for you. If you're not going to be a man to stand on his 10 toes and stand on his principles, this ain't for you. And even like Steve the Dean would say on his channel, if you're not staying on your name, this channel ain't for you. This is for men who are willing to step up and go to the next level, who are going to get away from the herd mentality and stand out from everyone else. Are you willing to stand up from everyone else? This what this channel is for. It's here to serve you. So that's why the game must be in you and not just on you. That's why the game must be in you and not just on you. I'm going to tell you a key thing to do here. How you know, one of the key secrets you know the game is in you is that you have the ability to listen. Most people do not listen, so they miss everything that's coming in front of them. Many times, if you just listen and observe, the answer that you're looking for the game being inside of you will reveal itself, because it always starts within. Now I'm about to go deep. If you want me to go deep, I'm about to go deep right now. If you want me to go deep, let me know. I'm about to say something. We're about to go a little bit deeper. Hopefully John will be on by that time, and then he comes in, we're about to go swim a little deeper with this. If you're ready for what I'm about to say, and let me know in the chat room from what I'm about to say next. I'm about to go a little deeper. So here we go. When I say the game must be in you, I'm about to take it a step further. I'm about to take it a step further. You realize, now this is going to be, I'm careful to say it because this is going to be on another channel where I get into the esoteric game. But I have to say this here. When the game is in you, you realize that the game projects on the outside of you. So what are you saying, LDA? When you have the image of who you are on the inside, you project on the outside everything that you want, the woman that you want, the situation, because the game is in you. What you see around you is just a reflection of how you see yourself and your world on the inside. Let me slow it down a little bit. What you see on the outside of you is just a reflection of who you are on the inside. That's why it must be in you. That is the reason why it's not connecting with you, because you got the outward adornment of the game, but you're projecting the lack of the game that's in you. You're projecting the lack of versus the ability that you have it already. So everywhere you're going, you're projecting your thoughts, or in the context of what we're talking about, the game that you have. So what happens is when you're projecting at that level, if you're projecting at this level, you can expect to be in this level. That's why someone can say something, but they're projecting at this, they're saying at this level, but they're projecting at this level. So you realize the real work is the internal work, and then you have the actions that go along with it. If that makes sense to you, please let me know in the chat room. So I'm really working on slowing down a little bit more and actually explaining what I mean, not assuming that you know what I'm talking about. So you're constantly projecting the game outwardly. Let's give an example. Sometimes when I go out, I don't really need to say much, but women know, oh, he can do some things. People can pick up on your vibe or your energy or whatever you want, your spirit around you, because the game is in you. And there's a difference. People know if you know about wine or not because of what you say. You can say things about wine that only people in that industry would know, that let you know that you're not a novice. LDA, I taste this more. this year. LDA, I tested this more, what you said, through hard mindset working this year. Okay. I feel you. I feel you. Good, good, good. That's why you have to work on yourself. Now let's give me something. Let me say this, because I know some of my contemporaries, they said this, which makes sense. You want to be proficient when it comes to interacting with women. How do you become proficient in talking with women? You have to go and start talking to women. I said on one, I think Mr. Lucario show, I said, you know what? Most guys do not take the time to go talk to women. And guess what? They're wondering why they're failing at women, because they never taken the opportunity to go out there and talk to women. So how can you have game? Because you never did anything. You must go out there and put in the work. This channel may not be for you. You might want somebody to tell you, oh, just do this and do that. I'm going to always tell you this one word: put in the work. Put in the work. If you want this channel, if this ain't for you, log off. Don't listen to me. He's a fraud, whatever the case may be. Make videos. Put in the work. This will not work for you if you don't work it. And the words of my grandfather, you can't lose with the stuff I use. It works when you work it. That's when the internal game works. So how does this apply to dealing with women in interaction? I'm glad you asked. Because when you put in your paces and do things and become proficient with women, guess what happened? Your success rate begins to skyrocket. When you put in the work and become proficient in talking with women, interacting with women, your success rate goes through the roof. Example. I think I gave this example on another channel somewhere. I learned how to talk to a woman, not know her name, not ask for her name, but just strike up a conversation and make her feel like we've been knowing each other since we were in grade school. How do you do that, El? What's going on? What's going on? How do you do that? So how did you do that? Course experience. How did I talk to the woman like I've been knowing her since grade school and made her feel comfortable, got her number, and didn't even know her name? That's, of course, through experience, but let me break it down a little, because the game is in me and it can't be on you. So what I did was I approached, hey, how you doing? What's going on? So she already feel my tonality, my body language makes her think that, hey, this is a cool dude. He talking like he know me. So we begin to talk and to ask pointed questions or say certain things to get her to conversate. We talk. What school did you go to? What this and that? Well, you worked over there. Hey, I know somebody work over there. And the conversation feels, pay attention, like we've been talking forever. She gets the notion by, hey, I feel like I know this guy since I was a kid. I said, and then I throw in the conversation and say, what? What do I say? I say, hey, it feels like we've been knowing each other since we were kids. I'm double confirming what she's thinking. And what happens is it solidifies that now she doesn't look at me as stranger danger. She looks at me now as the cool guy that I want to know, and that we're going to take it to the next level. That's why the game must be in you and not just on you. Now it's 48. I'm not going to go much further. If you have any questions, now I'm going to attempt this. My first time attempting that, so I'm going to attempt this. See if we can do this. If we can do this, it is on tonight. So let me see. Let me go open my emails right quick. And while you guys are there, we're going to see if we can do this. Boy. So we're going to do this. So we are going to do this. If you have any questions, this is the prime time to ask me some questions. And this is going way back to, I don't know why I did that. Let me see. Do you have any questions? It's the perfect time to ask me for questions. Whoop, one thing. You have any questions? I'm going to give you a number to call. Once I get the number in, I'm going to have you call in. Don't you start talking crap. I'm gonna cut you off. Plain and simple. I don't got time. No. I don't have time for it. Let me see if I can find this email right quick. Wrong place. I know where to go. Keep forgetting. I can go here. So you have any questions on what we talked about tonight, please let me know. Time to ask questions. You only grow when you ask questions. You don't grow by assumptions. That's what most people mess up. They grow by assumptions, and guess what? Your assumptions lead you to nowhere. Nowhere. So I'm going to log into this thing right here. And if you have any questions, you can call into this number and you will be live with LDA. You have any questions? Okay, hold 1 second. I am getting one second. So you have any questions? The perfect time now. Have any questions? It's the perfect time to ask questions right quick. I'm going to get this number up right quick. 1 second. We are going to go. Oh, shoot. Here we go. I'm still here. So here, let me get his number. The number is, I'm going to put it in here 1 second. Give me a second. I'm going to put this number in there. Put this number here. You can call in and you can ask a question. You talk crazy, you know what's going to happen. I don't play that over here at all. 42. Okay, here's the number right here. You can call in. Whoops, I keep going to this thing. 1 second. Here we go. Here is the number 425 436. You can call in the number 436 dash 636390. And then you're going to push, this is the access code. Access code is 32178. I think that's 59. Here we go. Uh-oh. I'm sorry. I got the wrong access code. Is that right? Get the wrong access code. So you can definitely call in. 1 second. Let me get it right. That's the wrong one. Wrong number. Wrong access code. Wrong access code. But you definitely could call in. I'll hear you when you come in because that's what's in my ear. If you have any questions, you can definitely call in and we can talk about it. Start talking crazy. I'm going to boot you off. Plain and simple. 6-3. 1 second. I'm actually getting it together. I know you guys can see me, but it is what it is. 425. 390 321 839. Here we go. Here it is right here. So this is the game must be in you. Here's the number right here. 425 dash 436 yes 6390. This is the access code number. Only you get this access code number. You act come crazy, you know what's gonna happen. 39. There we go. That's the correct one. So definitely you can call in right now. You can come live with Mr. L or Lawrence D. Adams. And that second one, the number that's on the screen, you definitely can get in and we can talk live right now. You start talking crazy, I'm going to delete you, going to get you rid of you because I don't have time for it. And I can see when you come in and I can see your number. And so that would be an issue for you. So this is Lawrence D. Adams. We are live today. You have any questions? Yep, let's go to the wall. So you have any questions, hit that number right there. I'll see when you pop up and I'll bring you live on here. Okay, there we go. So you can definitely hit that number right there, 425-436-6390. And you can hit the hashtag. That's the access code number 321-13139. And definitely we can come in right. You can come in live. I'll hear you when you buzz in. You can ask a question. You'll be live with Lawrence D. Adams tonight. So I hope you got something out of this. If you got something out of this, let me know in the chat room that you got something out of what was talked about tonight. About the game must be in you and not just on you. Hit that number. You can come in live with me right now. I'll hear you when you come in. Got it right in my ear. The game, it says the pin code. Okay, let's make sure this is correct. Okay, 1 second. 1 second. We'll see what we got. This my let's see what we got. Okay, here's the pin code. I did write it wrong. That's when you happen when you get younger. You're doing something new. You're trying something new. 3, 2. This is what happened when you're doing something new. Here's the new number. Here it is. Okay, here is the access, the pin code. So here it is right now. I had it wrong. I love it. 321 7839. That's the right number. That's the right number right there. So that's the pin number. I'll hear you when you come in, and I'll bring you in, and you can ask the question about what we're talking about. Anything else? I don't want to hear it. Not trying to. I'm being mean, but it just is what it is. I'll hear you when you buzz in. You can definitely call in tonight. Okay, we got someone there. 1 second. I hear you. Just whoever just came in, I hear you loud and clear. I just want to put this. Hold on. I hear you in the background. I just want to make sure I put this right access code number in here. 1 second, caller, because I hear you. 839. Okay, let's see who we have here. Okay, what's going on, bro? Let me put you right quick. Okay, you're live. Go ahead.
Shalom, LDA. How you doing, brother?
All right. How's it going?
It's going good, man. It's going good. I know I don't want to take too much of your time, man. Just a real brief story on how I came across you. You know what I'm saying? When I used to watch y'all religiously when y'all did the open panels. When you was with Aussie in BOA and things like that, and I always gravitated towards you and Eddie Hughes because I look at life from a metaphysical point of view as well. Now I don't exactly. I know the title is "The Game Must Be in You and Not Just on You." Mm-hmm. That's not my original question, and I don't want to go away from the show.
No problem.
So I will come up with a question that relates to the show.
Okay, go ahead. Shoot. Go ahead.
The game must be in you. Okay, so when you say the game must be in you, I'm 47 years young, and I would say around 40-ish is when I started, coming into this reality of questioning everything and questioning everything I was programmed when I was young, because I know that childhood issues affect us as we adults if we don't address them. So when you say the game must be in you, that's overall, right? That's overall. It's not just women. Like, I mean, you gotta have your life on point in order for you to have game. Does that make sense?
That's completely right. You definitely keep going. You're right on the money. You're right on what I'm talking about.
So me, man, like I'm the type of person that I'm not saying there's not a creator. I know there's a creator, but I don't believe in no Satan or devil. I believe that we are our own demons, the habits and the dragons that we create. So it's up to us to slay them daily, right? And to evolve as a person. So in order to get game, which means you gotta be pretty much on top of everything in your life, how would you best give a brother advice as far as getting out of your own way in order to develop that game or develop that discipline to better yourself? For instance, like say, no matter what it is, right? Say you get like an idea or you hype about a project or whatever it may be. You have that momentum going for about 3 days, and then that momentum dies. That was really my original question. I think that kind of correlates into the game, because if it's not in you, if you don't know if it's in you, you don't know how to control it, you don't know how to develop it, it's pretty much defeats the purpose. So I guess I want your wisdom on what you think about that, because I see you consistently doing your thing, man.
I appreciate that.
I would imagine we're all human, right? And there was probably a point in time in your life where you were in your own way. So how did you consistently stay out of your way to accomplish what you wanted to get done?
Okay, so I'm gonna be completely transparent. I want to make sure if you can hear the caller clearly in the on the over the broadcast, please let me know because I want to make sure this is the first time I'm actually doing it. I'm using two systems, and I'm going to answer his question. So let me know. I put a fire sign or put something in the chat room to let me know that you can actually hear the caller and definitely what he was talking about, what he asked, because that was a good question. So let me let me cut to the chase. So many times what you don't know is behind the scenes, this is a lot of work doing YouTube answering questions. As you see, I had the wrong number and the wrong access code and things like that to actually do this. So sometimes I don't feel like doing it. I don't want to do it. But what motivates me, my internal motivation, is knowing that I'm doing a higher purpose and I'm serving someone else. So that becomes my fuel to say, you know what? Oh, it's Tuesday. I got to go live tonight. No matter what happened during the course of the day. And I heard some things happen today. Some things I heard today. I'm like, oh my, some God, what I'm going to do. I had to realize at the end of the day, I know whoever, if it's just one person, I'm serving a greater cause. That greater cause of me serving becomes my motivation. When I hear a call like you just did saying, hey, what you said, that motivated me. That pushed me forward. Yeah, I like what you're saying. That's my motivation. So the other side, the other part of the question when you ask, what do I do? So one of the steps I do is I think about when I didn't have this platform and when I was riding the bus homeless. I didn't have anything. All I had was making sure I did not go crazy. And I had to say, I was not going to stay at this level. There's more for me. That was my internal motivation. That's not only was my motivation, but that was my inspiration, that there was more for me than just this. That was the tipping point to push me to the next level. And if it wasn't for that, there would be no, because I had a radio show before this, there would be no Lawrence D. Adams, there would be no collaborations, there would be nothing. But it was that tipping point that there is more for me than just this. And once and then two, I had to see it internally that there is more, because what happens is how you see yourself is how you move through the world. How you see yourself is how you move through the world and how other people treat you. So if you see yourself as no good, or I'm barely making it, think I'm making ends meet, the world is going to treat you accordingly. That leads to a commercial right now. Got a little commercial. The Secret Invisible Crown. You need to get that. It's only $25 and the power of believing in yourself. So, but that was my motivation. Did that answer your question, or was it, we can go a little further. I can go a little deeper.
Nah, brother, that answered it. It's just consistency. It's just consistency. Self-taught, positive self-taught and visualization. Just let yourself know, like you said, there's more. There's more. And if you're in a position where you don't know that there's more for you out there, then that's a problem. I know there's more out there for me.
Yes, it is.
A matter of, just consistency, consistent action, consistent massive action. So if you display that, so every night I see you, every time I see you in your live, man, it just motivates me. But it's just a habitual thing. It's like a habit that I created, so I have to keep slaying that thing here, keep slaying that dragon daily. Whenever I have those thoughts, I just gotta replace it. Like you said. That's what it is. I think that's the difference between if you want it and if you don't.
Right.
I want it, so it's just basically consistently motivating yourself, I guess you could say, or pushing yourself to get it done.
Two, you got to have a. You gotta see that there's something bigger for your life. See, a lot of times I got to this stage. I stumbled, fell. I stumbled, got back up. Stumbled, got back up. I'm just telling someone today, this is real personal now. So I was just telling someone, sometimes because you have so many failures, you're afraid to move forward because you're afraid that you might fail again. And so what happens is, what you have to do is say, you know what? You got to say, there's more for me. So what I would do, what I do, this is what I do personally, because this is all times of what we're talking about. The game must be in you, not just on you. What I do personally is this. I go to the areas that I see myself I need to be at. So I like nice things. I go to the nicest mall because malls, put my mask on, whatever the case may be. That's another discussion. I go to the nicest areas and I soak my conscience, or I get the feeling that I belong there. I don't have a dollar to a dime to even be there, but I may get a glass of tea, or I may get a little, when you pastry, whatever the case may be, but I get so soaked up in the feeling of it that it becomes a part of me. Guess what's going to happen to you? Since you said metaphysical side, ask what's metaphysical? One of the laws of as above is so beneath, right? If that is true, then I got to get the feeling that I belong at this new place. Once I get the feeling, my subconscious takes that and say, hey, why are we not there? And then you get unctions, or you get hunches, or you start doing things that you don't even know that you need to do. You start listening to people like, I never knew that person had a channel. Why do I read this book? It start pushing you gradually into where you need to be at. Why? It's because you begin to say, I want this. You got to make a declaration that you need more. You got to have more. What I mean by more, that doesn't mean gluttony. That means that there's more for your life. That there's more for your life. And then when you settle because of past situations, you shortchange yourself, but everyone around you. And why would you do that? Why would you live like a pauper, or live like I'm just beyond. Why would you live like a slave when you were designed to be the king?
Right. And again, I think that goes back to the programming that a lot of us was, taught or whatever. But I like how you said that, man. I like how you said, you got to keep failing, because I heard something today that, even though you keep trying to keep failing, you still get stronger in certain other aspects, where you didn't fail at, So I like that idea, man. I think that's what stops a lot of people from achieving what they want to achieve, is the thought of them failing again because they failed before,
Right.
Not seeing that that's still a step in growth. Big shout out to you, man. I appreciate it. I'm going to call more, man. To be honest with you, brother, this is the first time I've ever called up on someone. So, by me calling you is helping me, in future steps and stuff. So I really appreciate it, man. I definitely appreciate it. And I support you 100%.
I appreciate that, man. You definitely get the well, we can't say blacks, we can't say that, but you are the first caller on this new system that I'm doing. So you get a big shout out, man. I need to put something in your hand. I got to look what I have behind the scenes to get to you, because you're the first person to call in and have the nerves to call in and say, hey, let me call. The accent code ain't right, bro. I appreciate that, because I'm stumbling around doing it, and I already set it up yesterday, but you're the first person who came. You talked, you came to real, because I would have definitely hung up on you if you were talking crazy, trolling or anything. I would have done, because I don't play that over here. But I appreciate.
That's crazy. Like, why would you waste your time calling up someone that's, using their time, what I'm saying, to help other people become better versions of themselves? I don't get it. By the way, my name is Vibrational, man.
I see you.
In the chat, you have to see my name is Vibrational. And I don't want to super chat you, bro, because I heard it take 30% out of that. Like, do you have a Cash App?
Yeah, definitely. I put the Cash App in the chat room right now, so you'll see that. It is Lawrence D. Adams, $ Lawrence D. Adams, and you can definitely do that, and I greatly appreciate that. So, you have any more? You have any more questions? Anything else? I'm gonna make sure I cover everything.
Man, I'm gonna say something later.
Okay.
But I definitely appreciate your time, man. It's been an honor for real, and just keep doing what you're doing, man. Because whether you know it or not, you definitely inspiring. I mean, I know you're inspiring some brother, but even the brother that you don't think you inspire, you are. You know what I mean? So salute to that, and I'll send that cash out, man. And I look forward to seeing you next show.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about right there.
Peace and love. Peace and love, brother.
Yes. Appreciate that. Nothing but love. So definitely okay. So no, I said definitely, man. I'm about to definitely I appreciate that. I'm gonna got you.
Okay, no doubt, man. Have a good night.
Mm-hmm. So definitely that was definitely a success right there. You call in. I'll see you right in the queue. You can come on very successful. I appreciate that. Good call. That's what it's about. When you ask questions, you get concrete. When you ask questions, you get good answers. You have any questions, you can call in the number that's on the screen. 425-436-4390. Hit that access code. You get in. I'll hear you in the queue. And we can go from there. That was real smooth. So definitely, if you have any questions of what we're talking about, definitely, you can definitely hear. So the game, if you missed this one, this was a good one because I took my time and broke it. So I want you to know, if you say, well, you coming over here, you're hearing this side of it. Now there's another side of LDA, and that's LDA After Dark. So you definitely want to hear LDA After Dark, where we talk about. Go on YouTube, you put in LDA After Dark, LDA After Dark, and we talk about some other things that are on the. So there we go. Appreciate it right there. Salute to you. Appreciate that. Thank you for that Cash App. Yeah, because YouTube take 30%. They're gonna get theirs right off the bat. So I appreciate that. If you have any more questions, this is the perfect time to ask questions. Don't be afraid. Just be afraid if you talk crazy, we're gonna have an issue. I may roast you. I just don't go for that because I'm here to serve you. I'm here to get you to the next level. So you have any questions? Perfect time. I'm leaving a number up. You can call in. I hear you when you come in because it's right in my ear. And I know when you come up into the queue. So anybody have any more questions? So in the chat room, y'all quiet, y'all just watching. What y'all scared of? Y'all might as well come with it. I didn't gave you the real already. The game must be in you and not just on you. And so when we say the game is in you, that means it's part of who you are. It's how you walk. It's how you talk. It's how you move. It's not some cliche-ish thing that you read in some book. It's not something that you watched on TV. You seen the most honorable Bishop Don Juan and my dude that's locked up. Salute to you. Good game. It's not to him. It's not to that. It is when it's in you. And game is not just predicated to talking to women or dealing with women. Game is bigger than that. Game is about life strategies. It's about strategies. That's what it's about. That's what most people don't. That's what most people missing. And you need to make sure who you listening to is authentic. What's up? What is about? I'm giving my definition of game. My definition of game. This is mine. I ain't talking about nobody else. They mama and all their cousin and all them. My definition of game. Let me get a little loud. My definition of game is strategy. When you're talking to a woman and you're trying to get to know her, you have a strategy on how you gonna do it. You already plotted out. This is what I'm going to say. This is what I'm going to do. Hey, she's going to be on my team. It is strategy. It is not manipulation, as some people call it. It's not trickery. It's just strategy. Strategy. That's what it is. When you have a strategy on how you going to talk to the woman, how you going to do this next move, how you going to start your own business, that is what game is. That's what it is. Strategy. You have a strategy on what you're going to do. Game. Strategy. If you look at carefully, you realize anybody who's good at the game, oh, they got a strategy. They're already plotting, thinking about, oh yeah, this is what I'm going to do. This is how I'm going to approach her. This is what I'm going to say to her. This is how I'm going to get her number. So you definitely, that's what game is strategy. So you have any more questions right now? I think I was waiting for my dude to come through, but he did not come. I know probably as soon as I'm about to jump off, he about to be like, he'll jump on. I know man, it's amazing how that works sometimes. As soon as I'm about to jump off, you be like, hey man, I'm here. So strategy. You have any question about what we're talking? So don't just be a person on here to just have it on you. Good question, Carlos. Good question. How to build game in you? Man, you gotta I'm gonna give it to you because you asked. You build game in you first by knowing game, and this definition in this sphere is strategy. That means you study strategies, but you also execute strategy. So when you execute it multiple times, as I think you begin to get reps. So once it becomes a part of your, think about this, Carlos. Think about this. Do you have to think about saying your ABCs? No. A, B, C, D, E, F, G. You can say it because it's a part of you. The same thing when it comes to game. You begin to learn the strategies. Game is bigger to just talk, predicated to talking to women, but to life. And you begin to constantly use them. Then it becomes a part of you. When I wanted to learn Spanish, I went around, I had a Spanish teacher, Miss Lieberman and Mr. Festeri back in high school. That's over 30 years ago. I had those teachers, but I had to practice speaking Spanish all the time. If not, all I got was theory at school. If I never said "Como te llamas," or I never said "Coche," "Porrio," or I never used it, or I never had conversation with someone who has Spanish, then it becomes a part of me. So it's when you digest and understand the game, and then you begin to use the game. And when you begin to use the game, it becomes a part of you. But a deeper part of that we talked about, because you weren't here, maybe I know you were here, you build it also when you begin to realize game, when you begin to reflect it out, and people can feel whether you have the game or whether you don't have the game. So you build it by doing. You building by realizing that you don't know it all. I don't know it all. But you building by doing. Wherever level you at the game, you do that. If all you know how to do when you go to the gym is lift the dumbbells and do this, you do that. Then you build on that. So it becomes a part of you. It becomes a part of the fabric of what you do. That means you have to become a student of the game. How many of you really are a student of the game? Now we really take it a little bit further. You become a student of life. Anybody, you do not want to be a part of the herd. The herd goes this way, you following them off the bridge. Right. You got it. That is right, Carlos. So practice the strategy. White belt mentality. Some guys, yeah, you have to do it. When it become, see, I can tell you some. I said it earlier. I can say this cliche. The game is not told, it's sold. Oh man, that's good, man. You talking good, bro. You saying some deep stuff right there. The game is not told, it's sold. Oh, okay. It sound good. But if I don't know what it means and if I don't use it, it's just talk. I'm just talking real good. In order to find your strategy, does it require you to practice in the mirror, write it down, or to get into your subconscious or whatever tactic works? So you right there, bro. I just did a Friday afternoon chop up about writing it down. If you go back and listen to that video, it will solidify what you just asked. I just did a video, 2 videos back on writing it. It's called Write It. Anybody who listened to it, that was phenomenal. So you get the strategies. Yes, you write it down. You may practice in the mirror. You think about it, but you can do all those things, but you got to do it in the real world. You can't become proficient at talking to women if you never talk to women. If you constantly in the mirror, I can talk to women. I'm good at women. You looking in the mirror. I'm good at women. I can talk to women. Women love me. It doesn't mean nothing until you actually get in front of a woman and say, "Hey, how you doing? You know what? You looking real cute today, but I don't think you're ready for me yet." I gave her a compliment with a backhand compliment. It doesn't work until you put it to action in front of the real world. See, it's one thing to do reps in the mirror. I mean, it's one thing to do reps in your mind, but it's another thing to do when you're in the weight room and that weight is up above you and you got to lift. Two different things. So yeah, you want to train your subconscious. You want to train your subconscious, but you got to do the work. You got to put in you got to, that's one of the tragedies here on YouTube. One of the tragedies on YouTube, people are become information gluttons without putting in the work. Information gluttons without putting in the work. You got to put in, you got to see, you should be like a scientist in the lab. And you got me on the edge. You got to be like a scientist in the lab and say, does this really work? Let me try this. Let me try that. Let me mix a little bit of this in there. Let me test it out. You got to be the scientist. The experiment, you got to get your experiments and see if it works in the real world. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, let me mix a little bit of this. I put too much this. I put too much of that. Once you get the mix that's right for you, put in the work, right? Once you get the right mix for you, see, then you say, this is my game. It may not work for you, but it worked for me. I'm pulling women like crazy. Why? Because you took the flask of that, a flask of this, you took a glass of that, you mixed it up, you looked your shit around, you went, oh, okay, all right, okay. And it works. I said, you know what, man? It's amazing how the universe sets you up in situations like that too. If we pay attention, we come across a shorty every day that are interested in, that we are interested in. Yeah, be ready so you don't have to get ready. That is the truth right there. Be ready so you don't have to be. Yeah, that's it. Be ready so you don't have to get ready. I'm telling you, once you get it game in you, I'm telling you, your life will begin to change. Situations, women will show up out of nowhere. I give an example. I'm at work today. Girl looking at me, automatically I'm reading her body language. Why? Because I study body language and I know body language, and I'm just failed and I study her body language. Whoop, she's giving all the signals, but she's saying something different. Her pelvis is moving towards me. Her one foot is pointing towards me. That means she's interested, but she's saying something different, but her body language said, "Oh, I want you." That is the difference with putting in work. I can study it all day on YouTube, take tons of courses, and I'm not against that because I have courses too. But if you don't do it, and if you don't do it in a real time, you are just wasting your time on YouTube. I'm not here to waste time with you. I'm here for you to learn. I'm here for you to serve to get you to the next level. It's a difference. Now you can hear from that story. I'm not making that up. This is something real talk. You can call Alfie. We get Alfie on here. He'll tell you. We get anybody on there tell you they seen me in real time doing some real things and getting some real results. Let me see. Let me see, Sam. I wonder if women know how their body language gives them away. Then again, they probably can't help it. Can't fake energy. You can't fake energy and you can't fake body language. We communicate more with body language than we do with our own language or our own spoken word. Your body language reveal more than you because it's unconscious. It's unconscious. Like you can tell when somebody about to lie, they start doing like this. Well, did you do that? Well, or their eyes shift. You can always tell. Or they, when someone thinking about something, they look up. They're pulling the thought back to them. There's so many clues that we do unconsciously, even though we saying one thing, our mind, our body language is saying something. I heard that body language is like 95. Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it is. Body language reveal it all. It reveals it all. So I'm not going to hold you. I think I'm past my time. I got to get up in the morning. I got to go get some things done. So there is I have another channel, and I'm coming up with some other channels. So I am not just predicated to just doing this. I have other channels and other things that I talk about. So you want to get LDA After Dark. I have another channel that I'm going to probably start tomorrow called Walk With Us. So that deals with the exercise, just walking. I got some things with some other things coming up. It's time to hit it. In this time, and then two, I'm trying to think if I might doing finance. I'm not too sure I'm going to do that one. But you guys, but I'm going to say this before I leave. Get your money together. Get your paper together. Get your paper together. Get your paper together. And if you need consultation with me, you can reach me. Which book would you recommend to get first? What book? I'm not sure what book you're talking about. Let me know what book you talk about in the chat room. I'll definitely give it let you know. But definitely, you need consultation. Set up a consultation. I got that coming. That's coming together. Also, too, have the two audio books: The Power of Believing in Yourself and The Secret of Talk. And The Secret Invisible Crown. Well, that is the top selling thing I have there. The Secret Invisible Crown, man, that thing right there sells. That thing sells. Let me get the links to them so you can definitely get them. They're going to put them in the chat room. Give me a second. I'm going to pull them up right quick. The Secret Invisible Crown, man, I'm telling you right now, that does what it does. So The Secret Invisible Crown does it. I'm telling you. That is one of the top sellers that I have. Let me get the link for you. And The Power of Believing in Yourself. Secret Invisible Crown. I'm telling you that's been one of the sellers right there. Let me get the link for you so you can have it. You need to listen to this several times. Listen before you go to bed. Listen to it while you wake up in the morning. Because you need to get the principle of it. You definitely, this audiobooks. Let me put this is The Secret Invisible Crown right here. That's The Secret Invisible Crown. You're definitely, Carlos, you're definitely You're very welcome. That's the secret of visible crime that's put into the chat room right there. And I'm about to get the other one, the power of believing in yourself. Now I had some other stuff too. I just haven't brought out yet. I got a book. I got several books coming out, and that one's the Queen Maker. That's like a story you definitely want to get that one right there. The Queen Maker. I just so much I need to do, and also too, some of y'all want that smooth music for when the young lady come over. You want to have that music. You want to have that music there for, I got you there. I got you. I got you. I got you. I'm putting both links inside the chat room. So here we go. Here's the other one. This is, let's see if I get the chat room. Here we go. This is the power of believing yourself. So this is the other thing. Now, everybody say, well, you know what? LDA, you're doing a lot, man. I got this song, man. It's called Midnight Love Making. So you want that relaxing music so you listen to this. You can meditate. You may have a hard day, stress, corona, whatever, everything. You need to get this. It's called go on Amazon. You can go on Kindle. You can go on Spotify. Put in Lawrence D. Adams. Get that track. I made it long on purpose. I think it's about 8 minutes. Why you make it so long? Because I hate when you listen to a track and you got to go back and hit the pause or whatever. Hit it and start from the beginning. So it's like 8 minutes long. You need to get that track right there so you can take it and you can things might be going on in your life and you need to calm down. You can listen to that track before you go to bed so that you can completely relax. It's called Midnight Love Making. That's right. It's called Midnight. I know it's called, you're like, wait a minute, Midnight Love Making. Midnight Love Making. You need to look at, you need to meditate. You need to get that track. The music is, you hear thunderstorm in the background. It's to get you to calm down and to relax. Midnight Love Making. Go on Spotify. Go on Apple Play. Go on anywhere and put in Lawrence D. Adams. That track is going to come up. You're going to see my face. Get that. Lawrence, go on Spotify. Go on Google Play. Whatever you need to do, get that. You need to listen to that music. And it's no, I'm not singing. So you didn't hear me singing. I ain't singing. But you need that to meditate. You need that to relax. If you got a lot of stuff going on in your life, stressing and everything like that, you need to get that track and actually so you can relax, so you can calm down. Go on Spotify, go on Apple, any play they're selling music. It's on Tidal too. Can you believe that? It's on Jay-Z's thing. Yo, tear it off. I see you. Salute, man. I just see you copped it, man. I appreciate that. Get the music so you can relax. Some of you, the reason why it ain't working because your mind is going everywhere. Get the music, Midnight Love Making. Get that. It's relaxing music to get you in the place that you need to be so you can be a creative. You need to do that. I dare you to get it. So called Midnight Love Making by Lawrence D. Adams. You got to put in Lawrence D. Adams and it'll pop up. And you look on Instagram, it'll pop up on Instagram. And you look on Facebook, it'll pop up there. I'm on every outlet it is as far as with Lawrence D. Adams. You put that song will come up, Midnight Love Making. This is Lawrence D. Adams. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for the callers. Thank you for everything that everybody's doing. I'm going to shut it down. If you have no more questions, definitely support what I'm doing here. More channels are coming. If you want that special kind of talk, how to get that, as Steve the Dean would say, get that yak in her ear, go to Lawrence D. Adams After Dark. I mean, not Lawrence After, LDA After Dark. Go there. Go to that channel. You're going to hear me talk about some things. My thing is, I want to do a video a week on that channel and the other channels and on here. So you definitely need to get that. But I'm telling you, you need to get that track though, that musical track. You need to get it. You need to get it. Most people be missing out. You need to get that track. I'm telling you, you get that track, it's gonna be like, so that you can absorb what we were talking about. Cop it to get it today. Go on Amazon. Go on Google Play. It's on Google. Google, is it Google Play? It's on Google Play. Get it everywhere. Put in Lawrence D. Adams. I'm telling you, I want you to be the best version of yourself. You guys have a great night. See you next Tuesday live at 11:10 sharp. We will start. You guys have a good night. I'm going to play this new track that I just made it last night. So we're going to play this in the background. You guys have a good night. Salute. Should be able to hear it coming through.